Some defence analysts say the deployment of South African National Defence Force soldiers at Eskom power stations will not solve anything, as the SANDF does not have the capacity to protect the power stations. Let's get an update now, and I'm joined by Brigadier-General Andries Mahapa, SANDF spokesperson. Brigadier-General, appreciate your time this afternoon. Now, the first thing, I suppose, is what is the mandate that your soldiers have been given in as far as looking after the Eskom power plants is concerned?
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to your viewers as well. Thank you for inviting us into your program so that we can inform the nation in terms of the progress we are doing in the mandate given by the Chief SANDF through the Commander-in-Chief with the President. It's quite simple, actually. It's just to assist the SAPS in terms of protecting the critical infrastructure of Eskom so that it does not go further in terms of destruction by the perpetrators. That's why we are there, so that we can protect the critical infrastructure. Remember, if we do not do that, then we are running a risk of the economy going further and further down, and the country will become more insecure and will have so many people being vulnerable and so forth. So the defense force is there as the last line of defense for any eventualities. If we are realizing, or when the state is realizing that its security is now under threat, that's why we are there as a defense force, to assist the SAPS in terms of protecting the critical infrastructure of Eskom, particularly in Mpumalanga, because that's where the threat is currently.
Now, Brigadier General, how many soldiers have been deployed and how many power plants have they been deployed to?
Currently, we're in Mpumalanga, we have about 300 soldiers, over 6 power stations. But in total, we are having 2,000 soldiers who are on 24-hour standby. It will be incremental as the intelligence being given to us on a daily basis.
So are we looking at an average of 50 soldiers per power plant, if my math serves me right?
We cannot say 50 because it depends on the size of the power station and the threat on that particular power station. So we don't allocate the numbers based on the power station. We allocate the numbers based on the threat on that particular power station based on the intelligence received.
Now let's talk about these threats. I'd imagine that these threats must be external threats that we're experiencing, contrary to some of the issues that we've experienced of sabotage, which I would like to define as being internal.
For now, yes, we are dealing with the vandalism, and they are more in nature internal. We haven't really received any threat that will come from outside of our borders. But however, we are prepared for any eventualities as we deploy as SANDF.
Now, are these regular soldiers that you've deployed, or are we looking at soldiers with some specialist skills?
I'm not sure what would you refer to as a specialist skill.
Let me clarify, Brigadier General, if you will. I would imagine that the regular soldier does not understand how a power plant works. So, by and large, he may not be as effective as a soldier, for instance, who specializes and has certain skills and knows exactly what to look out for if the threat is internal.
All right. Correctly. In terms of protection of the critical infrastructure, yes, it's a soldier who's been trained to protect the infrastructure and to protect the people of South Africa. Over and above that, we have electrical engineers who are working behind the scenes with the management of Eskom in terms of capacitating their resources in terms of where can they assist, because we do have that kind of a skills within the SANDF itself.
Okay, so let's talk about the impact that you think that these soldiers will have on the current situation that we're having.
I think the impact is measurable. Look, if we have the soldiers on a particular power station, let's say for an example, Camden or Tutuga, those people who used to get there, whether they are syndicates or organized group, whatever you may refer to, there is no way they're going to come there and continue in terms of vandalism unless then they want to be in face-to-face with the SANDF, of which we are there to carry out our mandate, irrespective how threat may it be or how deadly it may become. We are there to protect that particular infrastructure. There is no way that those particular individuals will continue to come to that particular power station if you are deployed there.
Now,
that will definitely make a difference.
Okay, Brigadier General. Now, the average SAPS or member of the South African Police Service is equipped with the powers to arrest on-site any perpetrators. Do these soldiers have the same rights or mandates or powers, or are they working in conjunction with the SAPS?
That's why on my initial statement I said we are working in support of the SAPS. Remember the mandate to arrest internally, that's the responsibility of the SAPS. So we apprehend the members. The SAPS are there, so we hand over the members to the SAPS. The same principle that we are doing within the borderline.
Okay, Brigadier General, I appreciate your time this afternoon. Certainly